Hi Aries, welcome to your daily video, and I hope all of you are doing great today. Thank you for tuning in. So as you know, we have the full moon in Scorpio, which is very intense, deep emotions. There could also be secrets. Anything that's hidden below the surface is Scorpio. It's the investigation type of energy because you never know what's lurking below the surface of the emotions. So it's very deep. It can be dealing with trauma. It can also be dealing with secrets, enemies, people that are an enemy but you don't know that. There's just all kinds of secretive things coming, but it will come out in a full moon. So it's like, if you didn't know this, you'll be like very surprised, like, oh wow, okay. The thing is though, what we have going on right now, it's very important. I will do a video later because it's very long and kind of complex. We did have a Sun Saturn conjunction yesterday at 30 degrees, which is very, very powerful enforcement, very strict. It's very regulated. It's enforcement, kind of like very legal. So Saturn wants enforcement, but to me, too much Saturn is obviously abuse of authority, cruelty. Saturn is like, I want it to be orderly. I want it to be this way. However, life is not like that. Life is very colorful. And, Sun supporting Saturn is like, okay, this is going to happen. We're going to enhance with the energy of Leo. We're going to be very bold. And then Saturn return to Aries is coming up in exactly 1 month. So prepare. Right now we're pretty much in it. The karmic return of Saturn returned to the first house, Aries. So if you're an Aries sun, this will be a return of Saturn to yourself. Now, it is a 30-year cycle. So this is 30 years ago. Whatever was going on, they said the Aries, Saturn in Aries was 1996 through 1998. So whatever was going on back then in your life personally is what this Saturn return is. It has to do with karma, lessons, regulation, strict enforcement, following the rules. And Aries, you're like, no, I don't play by the rules. I make my own rules, and that's how I play it. However, there will be, there is a yod of Saturn to Uranus. So Uranus is very out there. It's very strange. It's the rebel innovator. It's the social butterfly. But what happens with that energy being supported by regulation and enforcement and strict karma of Saturn is like, well, we're going to follow this really weird rule and it's not going to make sense. And then the moon in Scorpio energy will be, because that's in June 9th, will we have Saturn return to Aries with a yod to, I think the moon in Scorpio again, or the moon in Libra. But the emotions will be regarding things that are hidden abuses, anything that's hidden below the surface, lurking below the surface. There can also be plumbing issues. It can be taken literally too. So there can be plumbing. There can be, Saturn is like enforcement of regulation with this very unique and different energy of Uranus. It's like, we're going to just do things in these wacky ways and it's going to be supported. And then it goes up to, how do we feel about that? Sharing. There's something about sharing with Scorpio too, because it has to do with other people's money. And so there can be like very strange things coming up that you'll see in the news, as far as like maybe profit sharing, embezzling, money laundering, that kind of thing. I mean, it's always there, but Scorpio moon with Saturn supported by the sun yesterday and today pretty much is like, it can have a very big life-changing effect. You could quit things. You could initiate things that have like consequences, real consequences. So, you know, hidden enemies are there. They're always there. I mean, nobody just always likes everybody. So there's usually some hidden things that come up. But Saturn is very specific. Saturn will want you to put you in a situation where you specifically have to handle this one thing until you get it or until you understand the lesson. Saturn is based on fear as well. Okay, so Sun Saturn conjunct, it's like you have to stop for that full 3 seconds at the stop sign, and if it has to do with your identity or who you are, you have to like have it really squared away. Think like Marine Sergeant, or like you know, you have to be like really squared away. So I'm going to get a haircut. I mean, it's just like you have to polish your shoes. You may even want to buy some new shoes. It has to do with who you are as an individual, though. So that's where the regulation, that's where the strictness is coming in. Your personality, there could be so many things. With Aries, it's like you're very spontaneous. You're a go-getter. You go after things. So somebody could say, well, you didn't finish it. You're really good at initiating, but did you finish it? Yes, mostly Aries does finish things. I would argue that Aries really does. You can get the ball rolling, but I do believe you finish things. You're just not so caught up in the weeds of the little tiny details like Virgo or even Libra. It's like, well, we need to really look at each and every little tiny thing. And you're not like about that. You're just like, I'm going to go big. And that could be part of the correction. It's like feeling like you're being micromanaged or picked apart. That is an energy that will be karmic right now. It is a 10th house energy. So it has to do with how people see you, your reputation, and your career. There could be like someone who's really good at doing data analysis. So let's see what we have. Show us Aries for today, over the next couple of days, with this Saturn return energy. 9 of Cups. You've got to be kidding me. Defending your position, you are winning. Okay, so how are you winning? You're up on a higher level of some kind. 7 of Rods is like he's up on an elevated level. Not that he's better, but that he's not. There's something where Mars through Leo. I am who I am. And this is my family. This is my job. This is my creative project. And it's mine. Like, that's the energy. Aries, the initiator, the go-getter, through the 5th house of creativity and fun, defending yourself, defending your career. However, there is this real happy energy of Venus and Pisces. This is like, I'm really happy. I'm just really loving this. This joy energy. Defending your joy, maybe? Let's see. Okay, the Pentacle arrives. I like that. There is a new Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Possibly something financial. Under the energy is a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo person who is going to invest. Kings are making changes. They are taking action. They're yods in the astrology. They are feeling pressured, maybe, too, because a yod is 2 quincunx with a sextile. So what's going on here? No, so we have a fire energy taking action as well. 2 kings, like you're on the same level. Okay, there could be some obligation where someone's like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, and then they do it. And then you're like, I need to do this, okay, I'm going to do it. There's a lot of archangel energy around you that has to do with defending you. the World, a great achievement and a great success. Okay, your fear, maybe Ten of Swords. What is the fear? Hangman, being stuck in a situation you don't like, possibly with someone who's bugging you, curious, wanting to know what you're doing. This is an active mind. It is an immature mind. It's a mind that's very curious. But, it's an active mind, so that's okay. They're curious. They want to know. They watch. They gather the data. But your fear is, I'm going to be put into a situation where I can't go forward or back. And then this is major arcana for Hangman. What is Aries getting as the outcome? I feel like it's good, because if you're in a 9 of water, okay, you're going to be pulled in a new direction suddenly. Wow, Death card. Tolerance. There's a change, an ending. Memories of someone exposing, talking, sharing. This is a familiar energy to you. There's 2 pages, an air and an earth. So these could be people who are younger age than you, or they could be childlike. There's a familiarity of this being exposed, or it was shown to others. There is a Ten of Swords, so there could have been some backstabbing. You're suddenly at a crossroads all of a sudden, like, I've got to go in a new direction. And then we have the Tower, and then we have the Death. So this whole situation will close out, and it will be like that door is closed. You tried really, really hard to be tolerant with something. 10 of Rods. 10 of Rods and Temperance. There's something about being very easygoing, or, tolerant. What's going on with Aries here? What's going on with their energy? The Wheel of Fortune. So you have an understanding with someone. There is something about fated change. Major arcana. So you're going through a big time here. You will have a choice that will develop. Okay, I knew it. There must be a 10. I thought you must be getting to the end of a situation where the blessing is here. Do you ever notice that it's like, it feels like the energy of the universe is testing you? Like, can you handle it? Are you going to quit? Are you going to give up? Can you handle it? And then the blessing arrives when it's the most intense. So we have this 10 of Pentacles energy with the World, with the Wheel. There's a judgment. Okay, so there is a reckoning, a day of reckoning, a day of judgment. Something's familiar from the past. There's an Earth Queen here, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and there is a new pentacle being offered to you. So this Yod energy could also be like buildups. What is the Death? The Page of Swords and surprises. So there's someone here who's curious, asking questions, wanting to know things. This cycle closes out. What is the Ace of Coin that you get here? It's something to do with the past. And when it's happened before, you're familiar with it. Like, okay, it's very detailed or specific, or like an investigation. You have the Star card coming, so you have something about healing, hope, and restoration. You're being restored. You have hope again. You have 10 of Pentacles. There may have been something you were going on here with a couple of people. These leaders, something was being kind of pulled back or pulled away. Yeah, 4 of Coin. Something was being held back or pulled away. But it looks like it will be given to you. 2 of Cups. You're in agreement with someone here. You feel the same way. There is this mutual understanding. What is the Judgment? Something you're anticipating, waiting for, and there is a Six of Coin here underlying. So there's something that you're waiting for, like you've been notified, you're waiting, it's coming. And what is this about with the Star? Why are you in recovery or healing? There's a Five of Wands. There was a conflict, a competition. There's an Earth Queen here. Something is very combative. Or what is the Star? The truth about this Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You get clarity, new information that cuts through the mystery. What is the Judgment about? Something's been discovered and it brings in the Tower, or it was already discovered with the Hermit. Personal discovery, personal. Eight of Rods, all of a sudden going in one direction. Five of Coin, not having enough. Something accelerates. What is the Star card? Please show us what is the Star card. Temperance, Sagittarian. What is this about? So you're healing and you're letting go. You're receiving something that will elevate you higher. What is this about? There's a conflict here and there's lies. There's conflict and lies around a certain scenario that you're dealing with. So there's competition, conflict, struggles to control, struggles to win. And then there's information that's withheld or not given on purpose, like a strategy. Here you are, you're the Queen of Fire, Aries. You are picking up the wand, you're involved, you're going after it. There is a Page of Coin here. Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. There's a surprising energy. How does Aries come into a Ten of Pentacles? You get Justice. And the Lovers. Reconciliation, healing, things go back to normal. And then we do have the Justice card, which means enforcement of the sword and the scales. So there could be a settlement coming your way. You have tolerance, you have temperance, you have tempered emotions. There is a Knight of Coin coming in the cross to your energy. So that is slow moving energy. And that energy was Four of Coin. So it was very cautious. It was holding it back. Maybe you were tested. Maybe this is a big test. Your energy was Hangman. The upcoming energy is the World, which is the completion of a cycle. And it is a great achievement, a great success. It's not the Death card. The Death card was there as part of what's going on here. Closing out and going from one situation to another. And the main energy of the reading was Nine of Cups. So there is something here about personal happiness. Oh my gosh, storm warning. Sometimes you can just feel it, like you can kind of sense, like I feel like there's something broiling below the surface. Second chakra activation, your friends, your family, your creative, needing to rest and maybe not talk. We have second house activation, which is your friends and your creative energy. But we also had a need for rest. There is envy under the deck, so there could be someone who's jealous of you with this Page of Swords. Okay. I'm starting to wonder for a minute. We do have the Victory card, so there is something where you're overcoming this situation. The storm warning, though, that can be literal. I was caught in like a tornado type of thing the other day. It was one of the most scary things I've ever had. One of the most terrifying. There's no rules for that. You're literally just like, God, please take this away. There's some deceit here. So there is someone who is not being honest, whoever you think that might be. But we do have a contract. There is something here about enforcement of a contract. And there is something where you will feel victorious. You will feel Like your hope is restored again. Let's just get one for why is it the world coming up? Okay, 3 of Swords, 6 of Swords. Somebody comes back around. 3 of Swords. Okay, so there is something that's done and you don't really like how it goes. And how do you feel, Hangman? 8 of Pentacles. Something is looked into very specifically. How does this play out for Aries in the end? It is their karmic. It's maybe a younger Virgo. We have this Page of Earth. Young, adventurous, but also immature. And then we have here you in the victory, getting credit, getting attention. Why is it a 3 of Swords on the world? Knight of Swords, 2 of Swords. What is it for here? 4 of Swords. Again, it's telling you don't talk, don't question. The moon, this could be something very secretive. The Earth Queen and the moon. There's something about don't talk or don't say anything. What do we have here with the Page of Swords? What's this? New fire. Okay, surprises about what someone says. It pulls you in a new direction. And then we have here the Page of Cups. A water sign energy or just very naive. What's Aries dealing with the 7 of Swords? A water queen, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio? What's discovered here with the Hermit? 6 of Cups, 4 of Cups. Somebody's familiar with this from the past and they don't care. They're like, oh, and what happens with that? An Earth Queen and the moon. So somebody is dealing with 4 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Familiar situations that have happened before. Queen of Air, 9 of Air, 5 of Air. Somebody's accusing you of doing something on your own terms, or you're accusing someone of doing something like without regard to anybody else or without regard to the rules. I mean, I would like to think you're going to overcome this. Other people here are secretive, not surprised. Other people, depends on where you are. 6 of Air and 5 of Air. Somebody coming back around again to blame, or there is a judgment and you get a 6 of Coin. Things come into balance. You are the Queen of Wands. You were dealing with someone who may have lied or brought conflict in and lied. They may have said something that was snitchy or something. What is your energy here, Aries? 3 of Wands and Empress. You can't wait for something. Let's see. Show us what's Aries' outcome of this scenario. Through other people under pressure. I knew it was going to come out. Justice and the 3 of Coin. Other people here have your back, and you do have justice coming in for this scenario. Why is it the Star? 10 of Swords. You may have felt wounded by this situation. What is this? The 7 of Swords. So you're healing and recovering, and you might be in pain, like you feel like you have to recover from somebody lied. They didn't tell the truth. They I don't know. And a 4 of Cups. It's like they don't even care, or you don't care. You're just like, oh, whatever, okay. But there is justice for this. You were put into a hangman. You were put into hangman energy. Like, I'm stuck in one spot, and then all of a sudden I'm at a crossroads, having to suddenly go in a new direction. There is something moving on, putting up with it, protecting yourself, and then we have death energy. So there could be a cycle closing out and ending, and here you are, Queen of Wands, picking up the wand. And there's an Emperor and a Ten of Swords. So somebody feels, there's a Tower or two. Somebody feels stabbed in the back by this devil. Other people, I feel. I mean, it's always people. So Seven of Rods, defending your position. Somebody gives you this offer and then things change. Okay, let's see. Show us how is this going to play out for Aries. How is this going to play out? You're carrying all the weight. There's also a King of Four of Swords again. So it's telling you, like, don't talk, don't say anything, put down the sword. Okay, what is this Ace of Coin about? What is the new coin? The Tower. Okay, a shock or a surprise. And what is this? Somebody has your back. There is someone here who is like in agreement with you. Two of Cups. What is this? The truth about this, and something's being looked into. So we have a new information. Strong, powerful feelings. Eight of Pentacles. Something specifically being looked into. And Nine of Pentacles. You're on your own. You have everything you need. You have a life of luxury. Things are good in your life. Who is this liar? Five of Wands, Four of Cups. What is this Queen of Water doing? Okay, this person actually might have your back because they are in the Fool card energy. They're just like, I don't have any connection to this. Why is it a Three of Swords for Aries? The Sun on the Death. Wow. With the Emperor. Okay, so Emperor's here too. With the Ten of Swords and Two of Swords. You don't know that something stressful will be over. With the Nine of Cups and the Justice, I hope for your sake that this is like, it looks really good, but the fact that something is bothering you and then you go into the Star card, it's like you have to heal and recover. What is the truth? The World, the end, or this chapter is over, and then you have a Ten of Pentacles. So that is telling me you go all the way to the end and it's enough. And then we have here a Six of Wands, the hero's victory ride with the devil behind it, with the Five of Coins. So there's someone who's like, I don't have what you have, or something like that. And Six of Coin, you have what you need. Six of Coin, you get the benefit, you're included. Ten of Cups. All right, well, that's what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.